Hey y'all, welcome to Freedom Makers. I'm Amanda and today I am super stoked to share with you my outdoor canning station. Now I have been wanting to can outdoors for years, so I finally get to today. I cannot believe it. I'm really excited. I'm going to show you my setup and how everything's going to work. I've kind of got everything set how I want to. I'm going to be canning tomatoes. I've got those hot in my pot here. I've been stirring that. I'm going to add a few things to it. Get those jarred up. These are clean, warm jars. On the other side of me here is my canner. I cannot believe it's outside, but it is. Paul built me a barrier here. It's just like a screen to shelter it from the wind so that my burner doesn't get blown out while I'm canning. It will also help me to keep it at a stable temperature. And everything is just the right height when I'm standing. I cannot believe this. I'm just really excited. Today to can on, we are using a Bayou Classic burner. This did not come with a wind deflector, so Paul made me this handy little screen. This will fold up really easily. It's not too heavy for me to handle, but this is concrete board, hardy board. This is connected to a propane tank. I have this electric burner out here, and I've got in my pot my tomatoes. Sunshine helped me process these yesterday. We've just peeled these and diced them up. I had them in the fridge overnight, so I wanted these to be really hot when I canned them. To this, I'm also adding some fresh basil. Now this beautiful basil came from our garden. I have planted more than anybody will think sane, but this is purple and green basil. I'm going to dump about 3/4 or so of this in here. I have just a little bit extra of tomato that wouldn't fit in my pot easily, so I just split it up. I'll do another batch later. So I'm going to save some, and I'm going to mix this up, and I think that is just gorgeous. You could also put this into each jar if you're concerned about it dispersing evenly. But I love basil. You can also add garlic to this, or rosemary, or thyme, or oregano. Any of your herbs would be fine. But this will just give us kind of a fresh kick from summertime. And it'll be great in pasta sauce this winter. Alright, before I get my tomatoes started up, I'm going to go ahead and light my burner. I've got water in my canner, so we're ready to rock and roll. Now I'm used to having to light my stove, so this is kind of how I sit to start my stove. But first I'm going to turn my gas on. Alright, and then I'm slowly going to let some gas come up here. There we go. Wonderful, that is beautiful. This will be roaring in just a few minutes. Of course I can turn it up or down, and I also may want to move my screen here just a little bit, because it is quite windy today. I think that'll suffice though. This is where you adjust the airflow, so that's less air and more air. And then this is my temperature gauge, so I'll be giving it more gas or less gas based on the gauge, and that will tell me if I need it to be higher or lower. But usually, just like in the house, when you're I'm used to a gas flame in my home, so just like with that, how I'm going to be adjusting, I'm adjusting here instead of my knob on my stove. So same concept, real easy. I am also going to list a link for you guys if you are interested in getting a Bayou Classic. I'll list one in the description box that does have the wind deflector. So you may not need to create anything like this, but if you do, this hardy board I think is going to be a great option. The first thing I'm going to do to get these jarred up is to put salt in the bottom of each of these jars. Now I'm using 1/4 teaspoon of salt. This is Cannon salt. You can use regular salt as long as it's not iodized. I'm using a slotted spoon because I like to drain all of that liquid off. It goes through the bottom here. I like to do that because then I'm getting more tomato in my jar than I'm getting juice. If I just use the ladle, I'm going to get whatever I scoop. But this way I know I have more tomatoes in every jar. So I'm going to do 2. And then I'm going to use my ladle here to get some juice. And I'm going to put that in there. You want an 1 inch ahead space in these. So I'm going to do like so. And then I'll debubble. I'm just using a knife today. And I'm doing a tablespoon of lemon juice on the top. This is going to help preserve freshness, color, add some acid. So this one's ready to rock and roll. I'm just going to scoot this over. I have a little bit of vinegar on a paper towel here. I like to wipe my rims. Now I've just got this finger tight, and I'm going to put it in my canner. It's beautiful. I'm going to fill this canner up with as many jars of tomatoes as I can, and then I will bring you guys back and show you this full, and I'll get it started. I'm putting my last jar in now, and then I am going to put a second tier in here. I don't know exactly how many more jars I'll be able to do, so I'm washing extra jars. I only have 2 clean here, and I'm not exactly sure how many jars I'm going to be able to put up with what else is in the pot, so I'm just going to wash extra. I'm going to wash 6 more jars. I feel like that's overkill, but I'd rather not have to stop again. I don't always have cannon boxes. They deteriorate over time, but I love my doTERRA boxes because they fit the big ones. So when you place a larger order, it fits my pints in here perfectly. So I love these boxes. Don't throw your boxes away. You can always repurpose them because these will break down pretty quickly. All right, I'm putting my lid on. I've got 16 pints in this canner. These are gorgeous. I'll just show you a shot before they can. I think this was my last one. It's got more juice than tomato, but these are beautiful. And I cannot wait until they come out of here. I'm going to pop my lid on here. Now we just wait. I've got it turned up. We're just going to wait till this comes to pressure. I'm doing these pints for 20 minutes. That's the ball recommendation for diced tomatoes. If you do choose to water bath these, you can do so just in a rolling boil for 40 minutes. I just opt to do this. I feel like it's safer. If for some reason there's not enough acid, I don't have to worry about my jars because it was pressure canned. So I don't like water bathing personally, but other people are scared of a pressure canner and would prefer to water bath. So, I mean, it's just a personal preference thing, but you're looking at 15 minutes versus 40 minutes. The biggest difference with the pressure canner is that you're going to have to wait for it to power down. So you're not really saving time necessarily. It just depends on how long it takes your canner to cool off. I just turned this off. My pressure held really, really well. I'm going to let this power down, and then we will see the finished product. Alright y'all, my canner just powered down, so I'm going to open this up. In the meantime, I've been working on these apples you see back here. I started with the first layer. You guys are going to have to watch Instagram to see what I end up doing with that. But in the meantime, let's get these out of here. Oh my gravy. Look how lovely. Look. These look beautiful. Look how pretty. Those are going to be really nice in some sauce. I can use these all winter long to make spaghetti sauce. If I'd had more time, I might have made sauce, but I think these diced tomatoes are beautiful. I'm very happy. Look at my pretty basil in there. That's my basil. I'm getting the middle part out here. And then these on the bottom. That is a lovely jar. Well, y'all, I'm done. I love these beautiful tomatoes. I am so thrilled about how this turned out. This is my first experience in an outdoor kitchen, and I learned a few things. I did learn that this beautiful little table over here is too tiny. It's not gonna work for me. I'm gonna need a larger space. What you didn't see is that I kept knocking things over. I kept knocking off jars and having to go rewash them, and I like knocked over the salt ones. Like, it was just a mess. So need more space for sure, but this is going to work. That is the one thing I did learn. The Bayou Classic is wonderful. It does come in a double burner. I may invest in that later in the summer because then I could have 2 canners going at once. And I'm thinking that would be really great because I can get more done in less time, the same amount of time. So I will look into that. The shield that Paul created for me to use today also worked perfectly. It kept the wind from blowing. There was no problem with the temperature. It was really easy for me to regulate. And so I don't see this as being a problem at all. I just heard a jar seal, so that's really exciting. I want to thank each of you for stopping by and spending some time with me today in my first outdoor kitchen. Thank you guys so much. I will catch you again soon. We will be processing apples. I don't know if I'll do a video on that. I haven't really decided exactly what I'm doing with those yet, but I will be sharing that over on Facebook and Instagram, so be sure and follow us there. If you're not subscribed, please do so, and you will see future videos pop up in your feed. Thank you guys so much. I will catch you next time. Bye, my friends.